Hello, my family community. Today, I am going to present you another side of Parton's Heritage Homestead you have yet to see. I had spoken in many videos in the past of how we like even to go Mediterranean. Occasionally, I get the hankering for Mediterranean, and that's exactly what I'm doing today. On my list, which I am currently going to show you how to do this, I am in the process at the moment making what is called a Middle Eastern cheese called paneer. Now, this paneer is generally fried, and I am going to be making some of this paneer, and I'll show you how to do that. And our dish tonight, not a lot of people know this dish, especially in the southern regions. A lot of the northern regions do. But I was technically born and raised up north, and I was introduced to this dish that is absolutely amazing. And it's found in a lot of Mediterranean restaurants called stuffed Domus. Now, stuffed Domus are actually stuffed grape leaves. Now, the thing with this one, though, is I am going to flip it a bit and make it low carbed. So we are having stuffed Domus on the side with a side salad and fried paneer. So this is what we're going to be doing today. And in the end of all of this, now this will be broken down because I am going to teach you the paneer first, and then I will end up doing another video with combining everything up to the final dish. So currently I have approximately 4 liters, which is about 4 cups. 4 cups of whole fat milk. Now, you can use store-bought. However, please make sure that it's full fat. You're going to actually take an acid to this, which we are using fresh lemons, and you're going to actually curdle the cheese. So you need a full fat base. Now, my lemons. I have prepared my lemons. These will be squeezed to go inside of my paneer. However, I've also saved the peels, so this way I can use this for either another dish, or I could turn around and use this for homemade lemon pepper seasoning. So I always save my peels, trying to get the most out of my lemons as possible. So I'm actually going to take these 2 lemons, and you may not use all of it. And if I don't, that's all right, because within my Domus dish tonight, I will use the rest of it. So I am currently rolling these lemons to be able to produce the juice to come out of it more. And then I'm going to actually squeeze this juice with a juicer. So I have my measuring cup. I am going to take my knife and cut this in half. Now, this milk has to come up to a boil slowly. So this is where we're at right now. We're heating up our milk to a small boil. So in my press, I am going to squeeze out my lemon juice, making sure there is no pulp and no seeds. You can use vinegar if you would like, but it's been known that the vinegar will actually leave a residue flavor, even though you rinse this afterwards to remove the lemon too. But it has been known that it will leave the vinegar flavor, so I am choosing to use the lemons. Besides, lemon is a really good thing to have anyways. I am going to also stir this milk to make sure that it does not burn on the bottom, because we are almost at this point. I'm squeezing and stirring at the same time, y'all. I need to get my lemons done really quickly because this is about ready to add. I will get these squeezed out and then I will bring you over closer. All right, so I brought you closer so you can see what's going on here. We are almost at a boiling point. Now those lemons that I squeezed, I'm currently also going to save these lemons because in my dish with my Domus, they will be simmered with lemon, so that is what I'm going to use in its place. That will give it its all natural juice instead of from a bottle. So this is getting to a point, it's coming up to a boil, and it will have skim at the top of it. That is perfectly fine. Once I get this to the boil, I'll be turning off this heat. So this is where we're at right now, and once we get to that boiling point, I will bring you right back. Okay, so our milk is at a boil, so now I'm going to turn this off. And just a little bit at a time, about a teaspoon at a time, I am going to be adding this lemon juice to it until it curdles. And I'm going to mix this in here. What I want to see is the cheese curdles separating away from the whey. It will be a liquid behind it. You want to continually just add just a little bit at a time of your lemon juice, incorporating this in here to separate that cheese curds. Mixing it in really good. And I'm just going to slow this. I'm going to take and use now something else here, though. I'm not going to use this whisk. I want it as firm as possible. Or bigger chunks, actually. So I am now starting to see my cheese curds separating. I don't know if you can see this, but I have enough acetone into this with the lemon that I'm now starting to see the clear liquid, which is my whey. And I will be saving this whey. You can use this to cook with. You can use this to make bread with. So can you see that? It looks like a clear liquid. That is the whey. So now I am going to actually pull this aside, and I'm going to let this sit for just a few minutes, and we're going to strain this. Okay, so I am using a tea towel, otherwise known as a cheesecloth. It is lightly dampened so that it can strain easily. And then I am going to take, and I am going to save at the bottom. I have this kind of strainer through it where everything will run through, and I'm reserving it at the bottom of a nice big bowl. And that's where my whey is going to go. After it cools off, I will be refrigerating this. I can use this for rinsing my hair. I can use this for cooking. So many different ways you can use whey. So now I am going to just pour this inside of here, catching all of my cheese. You can see that nice cheese left over here. And I'm going to take it up just like so, all the way around the edges. And that is hot, y'all. So be careful when you do this. I want to make sure it's nice and smooth the best that I can. And I will probably, because this isn't going to be enough, but it shows me something, y'all. Now this was 4 cups from a half gallon of milk. Now, do you see how much? Ooh, that's hot. I'm going to take and actually run this through here. Do you see actually how much fat was in that milk? There's not a whole lot in here. It just amazes me. So I am going to go ahead. I am going to get something to protect my hands so I can do this, and we will be right back. Okay, so I wondered why it was so hot. I forgot a step, and my step was to rinse this cheese off in cool tap water. You just want to rinse off that acid to it. And that's it. Now, I did separate the whey in another bowl so that I could do this. That way I didn't have that water mixed in with my whey, and I kept it pure. Now, I can squeeze this out. I want to bring this to a firm ball and squeeze out as much as I can. You don't have to get all of it because we're going to be pressing it as well. So, and like I said, I think I'm going to actually finish off the rest of that half-gallon milk and add to this for our supper tonight. So just know when you do this, do a whole full half-gallon, and 2 lemons should still be enough. If it isn't, you can add just a little bit of bottled lemon juice to it. I will be making 2 of these, so I'll show you what the next step is. I'm going to set this bowl aside, and I'm going to get set up for the next step. Alright, so now that we've squeezed it, we've strained it, we've rinsed it, we've squeezed out the juice. Now I'm just going to take this, put it on my plate, and flatten it down just a bit. I want to make sure that this cheesecloth is laying down, as you can see right here. I am going to take a plate on top of this and just slightly squeeze it down. And I'm going to place something heavy on top of this. And this needs to be a lot heavier. So, let's see, I've got a mortar and pestle that I'll probably put on the top. Yes, that'll work. And now I'm going to balance this. This will help squeeze out the rest of the liquid that's within this cheese. Oh, no you don't. You better stay up there. Make sure it's balanced right. Now, I'm going to leave this sit like this for an hour. So, at that point, this will be the next video. After this hour, I am then going to put it in the refrigerator for a bit, cool it off, and I will be preparing the rest of our meal. I will show you what this paneer looks like after it's been sat for an hour, after it's been refrigerated at least for an hour. And I will, at that point, show you how to fry your paneer. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gives you something else that you can do at home. It has been said that some people would use queso fresco to fry their cheese, but paneer is actually a more solid base cheese to do with this. It's a softer base cheese. You can fry queso fresco, but paneer is so much better. You've seen how simple this actually was. There's not a whole lot to it, and I believe your family could enjoy this, whether you're doing a Mediterranean dish or just would like this for a snack. So until our next video where we prepare our meal for the night, going full Mediterranean. Some would say that this is gourmet style. Technically, maybe it is, but it's Mediterranean, and this is what most people, and you won't find on most homesteads, is introducing foods from Middle Eastern to south, to the south, to the north, everywhere. When I mentioned I am so versatile, I am. There are foods from every nation that I can cook, and I am super proud of the gift that God gave me. I am actually trying to find at this moment my peace. We have another bad storm coming, and our homestead cannot absolutely tolerate no more water. So I'm finding the joy in things right now to try to keep my mind focused in a direction where I'm not going to be miserable. I am doing some prayers because right after this massive storm we're getting, it's going to get very cold. And so I'm praying over my livestock right now, our flock, our poultry flock. So Lord, y'all, sometimes this can be trial and it can be very much testing. We have some drier days coming. I'm going to praise for that. And in the meantime, I'm going to endure to the storm. So if it means cooking a very nice meal for me and my husband, that's exactly what I'm going to do. But I'm also going to do it low carb where he can enjoy something that most people can. Domus technically has rice in it. Now I am going to substitute that rice for cauliflower rice. It will work well with this, so you will see how all of this is done once I make that next video. So until then, much love to each one of you, sincerely from the bottom of my heart. I hope you enjoyed learning how to make your own paneer. And until next time, much love and hugs. We'll catch you again.